Hi, Alison. How are you?
Okay, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. No sans Dan today. No Dan at all. I don't know what he's doing.
No, and we don't trust ourselves to do anything live, so that's why we booked the video.
Well, technically, beyond me to set something like that up.
Beyond either of us.
So, we have to do it as live. Pretend we're talking to you live, but do bear in mind if you ask us any questions, we won't be able to answer them because it's not live. Right. So.
Hi.
We're in the midst of a Halloween extravaganza, Alison. What have we got coming out today?
We have some spooky stuff, not so much cute stuff this week, so I'm not that interested in it, but apparently you guys are, so that's what we're doing. But the first card we got coming out is Cthulhu, which is a card that people have been asking for
a lot of buzz about this.
A lot of buzz about Cthulhu. It's a dawn of time, and we haven't made, I think we've had a small release of the ability, just so you know, we have not made the ability to buff a random cephalopod like people were assuming we would. It actually is an Oceans and Seas buff. So when played with Oceans and Seas cards, even if they're in your deck, give them plus 30 power until played, and return to your deck, give them minus 20 power until played, and give your opponent minus 10 power per turn for 2 turns. So basically, when you play it, Oceans and Seas cards that turn get plus 30, and then it takes 20 away, so then they'll get plus 10 until they're played.
Excellent. So a pretty decent card then, all in all.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if it wasn't so scary, it'd probably go in my deck. So
if it was less scary and shaped like a kitten, it would definitely go.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really fit my penguin vibe though. That I've got going on.
So moving swiftly on, we have a feisty fish pack featuring, and I'm going to read these: the oyster toadfish,
ugly.
The Payara,
ugly,
and the Goliath tigerfish,
also ugly.
So what do these have in common, Alison?
They're all ugly, aren't they? Aren't they, Duncan?
The real reason?
They're all horrible. Yeah, they're all actually feisty fish. So the Halloween theme for these ones is obviously, look at them, they're absolutely terrifying. And the Payara fish is also known as the vampire fish. So you see in the picture, that's why it's got those creepy fangs. So It's called the vampire fish. So
it does look really evil.
So the cool thing about the Payara fish is its ability is based on the fact that it's a vampire, so it drains your power, but it gives it to itself. So while it's in your hand, it gives you minus 10 power per turn, but it gives itself plus 20 power per turn. So you're losing the power, but it's getting the extra 20 power per turn. It's in your hand until you play it. So you could play it for a massive turn at the end. And also, when drawn, it increases the energy cost of your opponent's fabulous fish and feisty fish cards, just so that we can make the pun. We want to eat your fish, I think it is.
Okay, so we've got an incredible insight to how we go about designing cards.
Another standard day in queue.
and then tripping on to tomorrow, the following morning. Tomorrow, yes. So next up, we have Van Helsing.
We do. So it's the yin to Dracula's yang. Obviously, we are seeing so many Halloween cards out right now. So many people playing Halloween in this Halloween league. Kind of have to. You can see some massive turns made with Halloween right now. So obviously, you're going to try and counter that. And who better than Van Helsing to do so? So basically, when Van Helsing, here's a horrible Halloween card. But when played, it gives your opponent's horrible Halloween cards minus 20 power this turn. And when returned to your deck, it increases the cost of your opponent's Count Dracula card, even if it's in the deck, by 1 until played.
That's a cracker.
Yeah, it's excellent. Perfect right now.
I'm surprised we didn't get that one out earlier, actually, but that's really, really good. And then we have, so coming up, we have the Sedlec Ossuary.
Yeah, creepy.
The Capuchin Catacombs.
Yeah, that's even more creepy.
And Salem Witch House.
That's less creepy, but it's still creepy.
Okay, so what do these have in common, Alison?
They're all creepy. They're all very creepy. They're all creepy, weird world cards we've got coming out. Which this is the least cute week I've ever done. But yeah, the Capuchin Catacombs I think are the most creepy. It's just completely full of mummies and skeletons of all types, sizes, anything. I find it very terrifying.
It's strange about having a building of sorts lined with bodies, and the same with the ossuary as well. It's
completely. I think for the it was very good. I think it was like a sign of status to be buried there, though. So it's kind of like it was a good thing for them. But if you look at the pictures, I don't. But it's really freaky. I find it freaky. I used the illustration on the front because I found it too terrifying. And made me feel sick. But the Sedlick ossuary, that's creepy itself because it's just how do you decorate your house, Duncan?
Mostly with human remains and bones and things like that.
Well, you'd love it here because it is full of bones. It's got like this big chandelier full of bones. It's got this crest on the wall full of bones. I can't remember where the bones come from, but they are everywhere, and it is creepy. But it's also it does have a cool ability though. So we obviously released Skeleton earlier in the week, and it did not have the best ability, but this is something to help it out if you want. So if you do have a skeleton card, when played, this gives your skeleton card plus 58 power this turn. But also when it's returned to your deck, it increases the energy cost of your opponent's two black cards by 1 until played. So
a bit of in the bones bashing.
Yes, and there's nothing against you, Black, because she's lovely and so helpful, and she was amazing. But her cards are a little bit too strong. But they're obviously very popular in newbie decks right now, so there's going to be some newbies not very happy with this, but there will be other newbies who don't play Sue Blacks in the Bones who will be slightly happier with this, because I come across a few Sue Blacks in the Bones decks, and they are really, really strong. So
yeah, they're fairly all conquering, aren't they? Crikey.
Yes, I've been happy there with my monkeys deck, like, okay, off I am to do some destroying, and then it's like, okay, Sue Black's in the Bones, and my monkeys get destroyed, and I'm like, cool.
Okay, and then Friday we have the demon, as I was about to say as well. They're apparently fallen angels, and so I mean that's seriously fallen, isn't it? To go from an angel to a demon.
Well, when I see the picture of it, that's
I'll pop it up on screen.
A million miles away.
And then we got cheery old soul Edgar Allan Poe. Fill me in on that one.
So Edgar Allan Poe, obviously actually I think he was more well known in his time. It was not horror. I think it was comedy or poetry he was more into.
Poetry,
poetry. He was known as
it's later on he's become a bit more sort of gothic-y kind of recognized more.
Yeah. But I don't think he actually wrote that much. But I think it's because he's got the look, hasn't he? And he works with Raven for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So when drawn, if your deck contains Raven, it gives gain 24 power per turn for 4 turns. But when played next to Siamese, give the Siamese cat plus 38 power for the rest of the game. And the reason for that is apparently when he used to write, his Siamese cat would sit on his shoulder, and he could only write when it was like clawing into his shoulder.
Ooh,
so cute.
Well, sort of. No one likes a cat really clawing into their shoulder, do they, Alison? Maybe you do.
Oh yeah, I love it. I wake up every day with a cat clawing into my face. It's
don't
amazing.
mind it sort of kneading. Anyway,
Norman doesn't need. He attacks the scalp, but it's okay because I love him.
Anything else you want to let people know before we go?
No, I just hope everyone's enjoying Halloween week. Make sure. You do probably have to play Halloween this week. Unfortunately, I'm taking a break because I only have key cards. But
it would be weird playing a Halloween week, in December.
Yeah, that's true. You only have one week a year where you can really go ham on Halloween. And we're going ham on Halloween.
People just think you're really strange if you do it at a different time of year.
It's a Halloween.
Very good.
Right, and on that note, keep it cute, guys. Bye.
Bye.